much. We're back here at Game Changers as we are every week, starting at 7 o'clock. 6:30, 7 o'clock, we get it started. I had to get everything set up now. We got a great show tonight. We got Michael
Harris, man.
Coming over for, one of the best sports agents locally. We're going to hear.
I talked to him earlier, man. He said, he didn't like that term sports agent. I think he liked representative consultant. We're going to talk to him about that.
Hey, as long as he get paid, it's all good.
It's all good.
I want to talk to him. Can you still sign no matter what you.
How old you are? Let's see if the Red can get a contract.
Listen, I still can dunk, so I think I can get a contract. At least 10 days.
We're going to find out a lot more about that. And, we just got a lot of things happening. Game Changers here every week, Tuesday night. Don't want to forget about Keno. They play that in the house while we're doing the show as well. So a lot of things going on, and I want to thank our sponsor, Auto Team Delaware.
That's right, 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. Delaware Cadillac's been there 100 years. Go see April over there at Subaru, and remember what Tim always say, you can go over there and get yourself a Kia, even if you didn't pay a cable bill, something like that.
Pay a cable bill.
I think Kim said that's something like that.
Hey, listen.
I didn't say that.
Listen, everybody need a ride.
Everybody's running out of here.
They'll take care of you over there. They'll take care of you.
Yeah, but it's we got a great show. A lot of things happening in the NFC, but we got some upcoming shows. Before we get into the show and everything, I got to say, and I think he deserves a big round of applause. He's been an icon in Delaware for many, many years. Was the University of Delaware coach, Tubby Raymond. Turned 91 years old yesterday, guys.
Wow. Coach Tubby.
And was out at Phoebe's having dinner. So he's still out and about, and they're talking about maybe picking him back up the way Delaware's playing it. No. But we got a lot of, NFL is all we always start with. But, before we get into the NFL, just real quick, the college shakeup this weekend, I can't wait to talk about that a little bit. All the top, Michigan lost. What was the other team? I don't remember.
Washington lost. But lost, Michigan lost. That's what we're going to talk about, Michigan losing.
Haters everywhere.
That was just for Dorian. We got to get an NFL.
Can't avoid the haters.
As we always start with the NFC East.
Oh, yeah, NFC East. Eagles versus Atlanta. Ryan Matthews ran for 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. That tenacious Eagles defense held down the league's highest scoring offense, and the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Atlanta Falcons 24-15 on Sunday. What's up with the Eagles, man? Sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down.
Can't lose at home. At home games, they're pulling out the games, but away from home, they're not getting it done. But home games, it's happening for them. So they're definitely playing better at home than they are on the road.
Even bad teams get lucky sometimes. Listen, the Eagles came up with a win. Yeah, they won, but did they look good winning? No. They're a fake team with their fake fans. Let me tell you something. They will win one more game all season. Trust the ref. I'm here to bring you the truth.
Well, I was going to say, according to your predictions, they have to lose 2 at home and not win a game.
They got to lose 2 at home. Yeah.
So what you saying? You saying the Eagles got one more win in them?
One more win in them.
You don't think so the consistency, what's going on with the Eagles up and down? You think they can?
Listen, their wide receivers can't catch a pass.
Okay.
Their running game is, up and down. I don't trust their defense. Their corners are sorry. They got one more win in them.
I think one thing about the Eagles, I will give them a plus in. They got some solid running backs over there. They got at least 3 running backs, so we got to figure some things out over there in that run. They're going to be some inconsistencies. We talk about this every week. It is a rebuilding, but you never know. They'll come out and beat a big team, and they'll lose to a team that they're supposed to beat. So we'll see what happens.
That's what bad teams do, though.
Yeah, well, I know it's which time we go on to another subject. I know that. Who else we got?
Washington versus the Vikings. Preston Smith, Redskins, hand Vikings their 4th consecutive loss. They started off 5-0 this year. Kirk Cousins threw for 2 touchdowns. Preston Smith had 2 sacks and a game-altering interception. And the Washington Redskins beat the Minnesota Vikings 26-20 Sunday for a victory. So,
well, let me tell you this: the Minnesota Vikings released their kicker today.
Oh, they fired him.
Yeah. When you lose, he lost 2 ball games. They had 1.
Yes.
They weren't long kicks. So,
they were long kicks. That's right.
So he's out of there.
If you got one thing to do on your job, you can't do it. You have to go.
You gotta let a guy. Listen, he's out there to kick the ball. He's out there to make field goals. I can understand if you have some inconsistencies a little bit, they give you another opportunity. But it goes back to last year in the postseason where he missed that major kick and it just transferred over to this year. year, so they had to let him go. Manning throws 3 touchdowns as the Giants beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Eli Manning threw for his 3rd touchdown pass of the game on 4th down, the 4th down gamble that the rookie coach took. Now that was a big gamble, and it worked out for him. Ben McAdoo and the New York Giants beat Cincinnati Bengals 21-20 Monday night. Giants go to 6-3. Can the Giants do something? I mean, you got Dallas Cowboys right now, but
they struggled with the Bengals. I mean, you know, they're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. Come on.
That Cincinnati team's in trouble. I mean, they're in big trouble. I'm afraid that Lewis, the coach, might not last.
Dalton was throwing. I was wondering where he was throwing them too. I mean, and wobbly. I mean, you know, so they got a lot of issues going on right now.
It's funny with New York though. They do this every year. New York, they look bad sometimes during the course of the year, and then sometimes closer to the end of the year.
Luckiest team. All I can say, helmet on the side of the
They
head.
get into the postseason, they make some noise.
Used to stick them like Blitnikoff. Remember?
Yeah, Fred.
Fred didn't even have to use his hand.
Right.
Just stick to his helmet.
That's right.
But yeah, lucky.
Well, how about them Cowboys?
How about the best team in the NFL?
Yeah, Elliott scores twice, right? Late. Cowboys top the Steelers 35-30. Ezekiel Elliott. The Dallas Cowboys just keep rolling. You know, we talked trash earlier. We don't know what the Rams going to talk trash. Not even the fake spike, you know, still couldn't help them out. What about them Cowboys, man?
What about them Cowboys?
All I can say is when that happened, I thought to myself, oh my, and I looked at the clock and it said 42 seconds, 3 timeouts. I said, we got a field goal, and that's all we do. You can't stop Dak getting in the field goal range, and then you hand the ball off to Double E and just let him do his thing. I mean, he said,
Zeke Elliott is a monster.
all he said is, I'm going to set up for the field goal so we get a better position. We're going to take a timeout, kick the field goal, win the ball game. He said, I moved over there. There was a freeway going down the
part of the Red Sea. But you got to understand, it's God's team.
Who's that?
The Dallas Cowboys are God's team.
That's God's team?
42 seconds is long enough. God made the whole earth in 6 days. 42 seconds is more than enough for God's team to win. Let me tell you something. The Cowboys are going to go all the way. The defense are playing well. Their running game is the best running game in sports. The offensive line, best offensive line in sports. The best quarterback in all of football. Dak Prescott. Yes, sir.
Tony's there. He's going to suit up this weekend, so he's ready to go.
Well, what I said all year, I said if Dak was playing great.
You did.
I said if Dak was playing great, you cannot take Dak Prescott out of that lineup. You got to run with him.
I was with replacing Tony Romo in for Dak until they played the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he did what he did. He showed so much poise in 42 seconds to take that team down the field, set them up for field goal range, and then they just blew a big hole for Ezekiel to take it through.
Let me explain what's going to happen. See, what you have to understand is the Dallas Cowboys will win the rest of their games. Wrap up the division with 2 games left. Put Tony Romo in as the starting quarterback, just to show the whole league that he's healthy and ready to go. The Cowboys go on to win the Super Bowl with Dak Prescott quarterback. Next year, trade Tony Romo for 2 number 1 picks. I said 2 number 1 picks, and the dynasty continues.
Nobody want Romo for 2 number 1 picks.
Well, I tell you, I was looking today. I was reading some articles today, and they're saying, you know, with the team that Dallas has put together with Dak and Ezekiel now,
Elliott.
and Dez on the outside, you got that offensive line.
Oh yeah, they're incredible.
They're going to rule for a dynasty. You know,
who wrote that article? Did the Rev write that article?
New dynasty.
Yeah.
New dynasty right here. So yeah.
Hey, he's been saying it. He's been saying the Cowboys is going to be. Listen, you can't argue with an 8-1 record. They got the best record in the NFL right now.
In the whole league.
Number 1 power ranking in the NFL.
Number 1 power ranking. I mean, and listen, not only that. Listen, their offensive line is incredible. If you can run the ball in the NFL, as long as you can run the ball in the NFL, you're going to be great. And Dak Prescott, he can make plays with his arms. He can make plays with his legs. They look tough. It's going to be tough to beat that team.
And you say that, I'm going to go back to the Philadelphia Eagle game. First game. There he goes. First game that I saw the Philadelphia Eagles run the ball as much as they did, so they're going to that same team, and I think more and more teams. Because we got away from the run because the pass opened up so much.
Well, the NFL loves a passing lead. You know, passing the ball down the field. That's going to sell tickets. That creates some level of excitement. But at the end of the day,
Super Bowl rings sell tickets.
Yeah.
That's right. But at the end of the day, if you can run the football, and you can ground it out and grind it out, and you can run some time off that clock, you're going to be successful in the NFL.
Remember the rule. As it gets colder, you must be able to run the football.
And the thing about it is, if you're running the football and moving it on these strong defenses, keeping those offenses, those powerful offenses off the field, eating up that clock. Up until last week, I don't know how it ended up. I didn't check that, but Dallas, as far as the NFL goes, holding the ball more than anybody else. It was at
time of possession.
Yes.
33 something.
They can run the ball.
Yes.
They can run the ball. And so Dallas Cowboys looked at them to be there in the end.
We ain't running defense right now.
Yeah.
Well, their defense, I think they said something with their defense. They bend, but they don't break.
They bend, but they don't break.
And that's what you need to be able to come up with some big plays.
Keep you in the game. That's right.
All right, late turnovers lifted the Chiefs 20-17 over the Panthers. Marcus Peters stripped Kevin Benjamin with 20 seconds left, and they kicked the 37-yard field goal as time expired, and the Chiefs win that game. Look, I thought that the Panthers had turned things around. I knew it would be tough to go, to match up with Kansas City, but that strip interception was incredible. I mean, that's about winning. That's winning football.
Just take the ball from the man. And you're talking about that. I mean, we had some games yesterday, and I can't wait to get into some of them. Just unbelievable. And my picks, I was so happy when that happened because that's one of my picks.
Well, that's right.
I turned it around.
KC.
And then there was the other game, that turned around. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But, I had two.
We don't want to talk about our picks.
How does somebody block a field goal?
he jumped over the man and blocked it.
That was incredible.
Point down the guy takes. So a lot of things. But we'll get to that, I'm sure. So.
That was incredible. Flacco, the Ravens beat the Browns 28-7. The Browns are just done, man. Cleveland are done. They might as well. Listen, 0-16 is getting real close. And this season, the record, everything done.
When you can't play within your own division and stay competitive, you're done.
Yeah, that's done.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to talk about the Browns on the truth. Because I believe the Browns going to come up. Well, I'll tell you on the truth.
Okay,
Don't. Listen, Cleveland fans, you hang in there.
You think they should hang in there?
Yes, Cleveland fans, hang in there.
Listen,
I got some hope for you.
I'm from Detroit.
The Rev is here to bring you some hope.
Detroit went 0-16, and that hurt. And I watched every single game, so I can feel for those Cleveland fans. A diehard true fan, you're going to watch every single game, but it hurts. It hurts. I've been there before.
Yeah.
It was rough.
They're not going to lose every game.
You ain't far from there now, but
we're number one in the division.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the Detroit, as a matter of fact, 5-4. As a matter of fact, listen, as long as you win your division, who cares how you get there? And I'm going to tell you something. We didn't even have a game, and we ended up number one in our division. Minnesota lost.
They get in the playoffs.
Green Bay lost.
It's called dash for the cash.
Get in the playoff. Anybody can win.
Anybody can win it. Anybody can win it. Anybody can win it. Oh, Texas. Texas beat the Jaguars 24-21. That's what Texans' first road victory of the season because they won every game, I think, at home.
Yes.
And then it's easy to go on the road and beat Jacksonville. Jacksonville's not that good of a team. Osweiler threw 2 touchdown passes. Kareem Jackson returned an interception for 42 yards to score. Houston handled the Jaguars easily. Well, 24-21, but they still handled them and handed them a home loss.
And we got so much more to talk about, but we got some special guests we got to bring up and everything else, so that's going to take up some segments and stuff. Michigan, real quick, they lost this week. That's all we're going to do with college football.
That's all we're going to do with college football?
Yeah, Michigan lost this week. So, but we're going to come back. When we come back, we got the truth coming your way, and then we got some special guests. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this, and we don't want to forget our sponsors.
Our sponsors, we got great sponsors.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Game Changers is the place to be. Come down here every Tuesday night and enjoy the show. Anybody, you just come on down here.
Yeah.
Game Changers. They got the best looking people I ever seen in one place.
And then the great food and everything like that. And then, of course, Delaware.
All but Joe.
Auto Team Delaware. We're going to take a quick break. You'll hear more about that in the break. Stay with us. Be right back after this for more.
Sports fans!
Sports fans!
All-star deals are at Chevrolet of Dover.
Every day is Black Friday during the Black Friday sales event at Chevy of Dover. Just look for the tags to find 10, 15, or 20% off your vehicle of choice.
Beat the holiday rush, come in today.
Like new 2016 and 2017 Silverados at supplier pricing all month long. Plus, purchase any new Chevy Cruze and we'll give you a Cruze for 2 for free. Shop the Black Friday sales event at Chevrolet of Dover on DuPont Highway and ChevroletofDover.com.
At Delaware Subaru, you'll always receive excellent customer service. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's #1 rated brand. Plus, enjoy special savings throughout October. Get a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $229 a month for 36 months. Or get a new 2017 Subaru Outback for just $249 a month on a 36-month lease. Save even more online at DelawareSubaru.com. Stop and see us at Delaware Subaru, just off Exit 7, I-95 Wilmington. Convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania. Why buy from Kia of Wilmington? Take advantage of both the highest-ranked quality Kia vehicles and amazing savings in-store and online at KiaofWilmington.com. Plus, save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Optima. Or save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Forte during Kia's 2016 model year-end clearance sale. Visit KiaofWilmington.com or stop by today. Just off Exit 7, I-95 Wilmington. Convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania.
Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark in Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers, come down and see us.
I love it. Right here at Game Changers. We're here every Tuesday night at 6:30.
That's right.
We welcome you to come up because we're going to somewhere along the line we're going to set up a little time for people to be able to come up and give their opinions and stuff like that. We're trying to work the kinks out, but we're busy tonight because I got Joe Richmond here, ex-Harlem Globetrotter. And his brother, I just give a big hand for his brother Mike. He finally signed with the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They've been trying to get him to go out for 3 years. He was drafted by the Dallas Mavericks. He knows his thing, and the ref just took the ball.
And that is the truth.
Yeah, that is the truth. Speaking of that, you know, we got a lot more to talk about. We've got a special guest coming up. We want to be sure we give him plenty of time.
My man Michael Harris, man. I can't wait to talk to him.
Oh, man, he's
I can't
one
wait.
of the best. I can't wait.
If you get a word in as wife, kind of talking to me. So.
Yeah.
And right now, speaking of me, I gotta get it away from me and take it to the Rev himself.
That's right.
Are you ready to hear the truth?
It's your boy, the Rev, with the moment of truth. Let me tell you something. I want to start off first with the Cleveland Browns. Listen, they're going to win 2 games this season. Yes, I said it. 2 games this season. Don't worry. They won't lose every game like the Detroit Lions. Listen, there's only one bad team ever lose every game. The Detroit Lions and their fans. They're almost as bad as the Eagle fans. Come on now. Who's the worst fans in sports? The Philadelphia Eagle fans. Listen, they won a game this week, but don't count on them winning anymore. Maybe one. Let's talk about the NBA. Look out for the LA Clippers. Yes, the LA Clippers, they're playing the best basketball of the NBA so far, and they got the talent to win it. Look out. We might see a battle at the end of the season. Golden State, LA Clippers. That's right. It's no longer the Lakers. It's the Clippers running LA now. Now let's talk about my favorite subject. You know what it is, the Dallas Cowboys. That's right, the Dallas Cowboys. How about those Cowboys? What did the Cowboys do? They went into Pittsburgh and stomped the Steelers down. That's where I said, they stomped the Steelers down. Elliott ran the ball right down their throat. Expect Dak Prescott to win the MVP of the NFL this year. His poise, his ability, both with the arm and running the football, will cause the league to give him the MVP. Now, who's going to win the Super Bowl MVP? That's right. Mr. Elliott is going to win that. He's going to run the Cowboys all the way to their 6th title. That's right. And when you call Jerry Jones, let the phone ring 6 times. This is the Rev, and I'm here to bring you the truth. Good job.
All-star deals are at Chevrolet of Dover.
Every day is Black Friday during the Black Friday sales event at Chevy of Dover. Just look for the tags to find 10, 15, or 20% off your vehicle of choice.
Beat the holiday rush. Come in today.
Like new 2016 and 2017 Silverados at supplier pricing all month long. Plus, purchase any new Chevy Cruze and we'll give you a Cruze for 2 for free. Shop the Black Friday sales event at Chevrolet of Dover on DuPont Highway and ChevroletofDover.com.
At Delaware Subaru, you'll always receive excellent customer service. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's #1 rated brand. Plus, enjoy special savings throughout October. Get a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $229 a month for 36 months. Or get a new 2017 Subaru Outback for just $249 a month on a 36-month lease. Save even more online at DelawareSubaru.com. Stop and see us at Delaware Subaru, just off Exit 7, I-95 Wilmington. Convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania. Why buy from Kia of Wilmington? Take advantage of both the highest ranked quality Kia vehicles and amazing savings in-store and online at KiaofWilmington.com. Plus, save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Optima. Or save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Forte during Kia's 2016 model year-end clearance sale. Visit KiaofWilmington.com or stop by today. Just off Exit 7, I-95 Wilmington. Convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania.
Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark and Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers, come down and see us.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Yo, you know I'm excited, man. Every time you come, you always bring somebody, right?
Man.
We got my man Mike Harris, man.
And he is one of the best. When you talk about do it all in sports, and this is the most important thing that Mike does. He does the things that don't show up in the newspaper. So he does everything to make that athlete or that entertainer looks good. He's the one that's out there doing these little things. So all they have to do is just show up.
Well, I got here.
Glad to have him.
I got agent, entrepreneur, mentor, motivation speaker, children book author, father, businessman. I'm sorry, not a businessman, but a businessman. Kobe Bryant, Theo Ratliff, Marquise Colston, Ray Lewis. Man, listen, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. Thanks for doing the show.
Thank you.
What's going on, man? Yo, so we're going to dive right in it. You don't want to be called a sports agent. You said you like the term consultant. Tell me about that.
I really don't like the term agent. It kind of comes with some bad undertones. It's also, you know, people look at you like you're kind of like a jerk or you're really aggressive about some things. And people that don't know from the outside, I just don't like what comes with it. When you're talking to parents, when you're talking to fans, I just don't like the name.
The term agent don't sound like.
Yeah, you know, it really is. It's just a representative. So agent is another word for representative, so that you do a lot of the work that the athlete may not be able to do. It doesn't have the knowledge to do, and so they can just focus on the sport and what they do
and play the game.
Right.
Now, I read somewhere. Now, you pretty connected. You got a pretty connected incubator, so to speak. I mean, Boys to Men. I seen that and one mixtape. Tell us more about that relationship with Boys to Men. What's going on with that?
Well, everything I started doing, the base is Boys to Men. That's how I started. So
okay.
Actually, when I came back out of college, I went and played a little bit in Japan, and not even a whole year. When I came back, I got into a situation where I didn't really want to play anymore. I wasn't really focusing on it because basketball wasn't my sport. And I had a cousin that sang in a group, and he asked me did I want to do security. When in reality, all I was probably doing was carrying bags and stopping ladies from coming up to the hotel room. And then from that, I was able to network when we went on world tours and things like that. And when everybody else was getting autographs, I started getting phone numbers. And it's developing relationships with a lot of athletes that were in the venues. So we would say we would perform in Chicago. So we perform in Chicago. The first row would have, was one of my first clients, Simeon Rice, who was a second round. He was a first round draft pick. He was a second pick in a draft. So I got him because I was at Boys and Men concert, brought him backstage. You know, I used TLC as the bait. He wanted to talk to one of the guys from Chile. Chile from the group. Yeah, that's how I started with Boys and Men.
But tell the truth, man. Your cousin actually owned the team in the USBL. New Jersey.
So,
and that's where I met Mike at a tryout.
Right.
I met
Mike McCary from Boys to Men on the Deep Boys. That's my cousin. So he actually was very involved in sports as well. So it was, he invested in quite a few things.
Yeah.
You know, so
and I was an evaluator at the camp, and Mike was trying out.
Yeah.
And
I had
he was
to try out on the team.
Yeah,
so I really had to try out.
He was just there.
I mean, not only that, I've seen that. You also seen you got ties with not only Boys to Men, but also like FUBU, some other brands like that you were associated. How did that whole relationship
kind of the same thing? Again, came from Boys to Men. I started, actually, the first thing I did was I recruited a player named Jerome Allen, who was at Penn, who's now assistant coach at with the Celtics. And he introduced me to a guy named Seth Berger, who is now the coach at Westtown, and number 14 ranked high school team in the country. So everybody pretty successful.
Bad team.
So he had started a company. He wanted me to be a marketing agent for And1. Help with the deals with Tim Hardaway and Larry Johnson with And1, and we did that stuff. And he had a T-shirt company. At that time, he was out of Penn University. He actually sold And1 for about, I think, around between $42 and $45 million.
Wow.
The actual And1 mixtapes everybody has wasn't Seth.
Right.
He sold them to somebody else. He had nothing to do with that.
So the mixtapes came after.
He sold them. That's right. And then from Boys to Men, I was doing a lot of stuff with BET. I've hosted BET Rap City. I've hosted with Joe Claire. I've done Planet Groove. So I hosted a lot of the shows just through my relationships. And then one of the guys said, "Hey man, I got a friend, and you should do the same thing you do with And1." See, in those days, I could put clothes on players and guests, and you didn't have to put the black tape on it. You know, they put the black tape. So I was actually helping with a lot of product placement because of my relationship. So it was helping sales. You could wear whatever you wanted, and the logos were there, and the sales would increase. And the guy said, "Hey man, you should meet my friends in New York and do the same thing for them that you're doing for And1." I said, well, "What's the name of the company?" He said, "It's For Us, By Us, FUBU." And I was like, "That's a stupid name."
What is For Us, By Us?
Exactly. So I went and met with those guys, and me and Damon John, who's the creator of FUBU, had just had like a love affair
from the TV show Shark Tank.
Last 15 years. So he's best known now for Shark Tank.
I'm about to say that I got this shirt idea I want to talk to you about after the show, but we ain't gonna bring that up right now. So another thing is, now you do sports, you do sports branding, but you do other things as well. It's not just sports branding you do, or not even sports branding, but consulting. There's other things that you actually do as well.
Yeah, I deal with a lot of times. I deal with the companies besides athletes. So I sign athletes, and I do all their personal business management and agency work for them, their marketing and endorsement deals. But I also deal with companies to create business opportunities. Example is a great athlete who is my friend on Facebook. Hopefully he is following, he's watching. Stephen Slayton, who is actually one of the greatest players in West Virginia history, played for the Houston Texans. Stephen's retired now, but he's becoming a chef. So I'm doing a deal that we should have done by the end of the week, where he'll have his own barbecue sauce. He says it's a special sauce with mango. And all that.
So, it ain't better than my sauce.
How does the sauce taste?
Well, we know
if you let Steve is from the Philadelphia area. He lives in Houston. He'll be in town in December. So if you'd like, I bring Steve into the show.
We can try the sauce.
You can try it.
I know the Rev gonna try it. And we're gonna find out.
And the Rev gonna bring you the truth.
And we're gonna find out that sauce the truth.
Yeah,
we're gonna definitely find out that
it's the real deal.
So he'll be. So what we're doing, he'll be on the bottle. And the Super Bowl is in Houston. He was a star in Houston. So we think that's a great place to launch. We think it's a great place to launch the sauce at the Super Bowl in Houston, where he was a star at the Texans. So it's a combination of just being able to bring the right people together to create, a little business opportunity and some different marketing for the athletes.
That's good.
And with all this that Mike does, the most important thing, he coaches.
Yeah.
But he invests a lot of time in his own kids who are athletes themselves.
Yeah. You got
you know, and that's the one thing that we both have in common.
Right.
Because he loves to teach.
Right.
And sports is just the vehicle that he uses to teach not only the actual sport that he's teaching, but life lessons within the sport. And that's what and you can see that when you look at the books that he's written. Yeah. That he touches lives early.
Yeah. What kind of books? I know there was. I seen there was 2 books. I think I seen that you authored, which is pretty cool.
2 books, and when you're dealing with professional athletes like I've had the opportunity with, Bernard Hopkins, Kobe Bryant, the list goes on. I've been blessed to be around some of the greatest athletes that existed. I mean, I didn't know that they would be as big as they are. Sure. So some of the stories they told me and some of the things I did was so impactful that I wanted to try to capture it so that the child would know. So you'll know those great athletes that are out there now were once children that had to go through trials and tribulations. They had to go through, they had lack of confidence. They had some different problems growing up. So I decided to capture them in children's books that would also get the opportunity for the actual athlete to come into the schools and read themselves and make an appearance there. So one book is Theo the Hero, which is about Theo Ratliff, a former 76er. He played 16 years in the NBA.
Played with Detroit a little bit too.
Yep, played Detroit.
A little bit.
So he actually played on. Theo would kill me if he's watching this. He played on maybe 10 teams.
Did he? Towards the end of his career?
Oh no, just constantly traded, and he also played for the Sixers twice.
Wow.
So I just loved how his mother taught him in the lessons, the life lessons, being around those guys more than the court of the field. I'm around their lives, and I thought she was a single mother and how she raised this gigantic kid.
Right.
Some of the things he had to go through, I thought it would be great to let a younger person hear that, and maybe it can encourage them. So in Theo the Hero, he talks about how he was bullied, not bullied physically, but mentally. He was tall for his age, right? Clothes didn't fit him.
Right.
His name is Theophilus, not Theo.
You gonna put that out there like that?
It's a known fact. His name is Theophilus from the Bible. Theophilus, and he's from a small town in Alabama called Demopolis. And he's
Theophilus Monopolis.
He's very skinny, and he was like 6'10". So it was Spider Leg Theophilus from Demopolis, all kind of names.
But Mike, you could relate to that because you went through something almost similar.
Well, as a child, I was bullied by my stepfather. I was abused physically. I went through some things that a child probably shouldn't go through it, growing up. But years later, and after talking about it and sharing the story and dealing with it, you understand that I'm almost, to sound crazy, I was privileged that it happened.
Right.
Because the privilege allowed me to, you learn from your mistakes. So the privilege allowed me to be able to teach someone that's in that situation. How can you talk about it? How can you deal with it? So and again, in Theo's book, we're talking about bullying. He becomes a hero because he talks to the other children about how we can deal with bullying in the schools and things like that. And later on, another book, Marcus Colson's book, is about sportsmanship. So if you know anything about Marcus Colson from the New Orleans Saints, great guy too, great family, had a great relationship with his father. His father passed away, he's very close to his father. And his father taught him how to respect the game. So he's an all-time leader. He's going to be in a Ring of Fame, Hall of Fame in the New Orleans Saints. He's all-time leading touchdown, reception, in Saints history.
Wow.
But he never celebrated. Never did he dance.
Right.
Never did he spike the ball at somebody. He would always catch a touchdown and he'd hand it to the referee and go. And that was taught to his father, from his father, about sportsmanship. So he was called the Quiet Storm because he would bring all this trouble, but you never hear about it.
Never hear about it.
So the book is how young Marcus became a Quiet Storm. So it's just talking about him as a child being teased because the other players were better than him and they would dance, and so his father told him, if you ever get the opportunity that you're a great player like they are, show them that you're better than that. Don't celebrate. So
how do you feel like a player like Odell Beckham? How does that strike you when you see that out there?
Things are changing. Odell Beckham is an incredible player, well marketed, and do you mean the way he acted as things didn't go his way?
And when he celebrates, when you talk about sportsmanship and talk about the way Colston is and how he...
I mean, everybody's different because I have a client named Lance Moore who just retired this season. And Lance, Lance was famous for his dancing. I tried to get him on a Dance with the Stars. He said no. But Lance is famous for his he was famous for his dance and stuff like that. So that's two teammates that were with New Orleans and won the Super Bowl together. But that's just that's different personality. So I don't have anything against anybody dancing. I'm just telling you how Marcus was and why he was that way.
Now Mike, I've known you for a long time. We run across the same circles. I love when I see your All-Star Weekend. I love when you're going to the Super Bowl. You going to Houston?
Exactly. Yep.
I'll be there as well. Just to throw that out there.
I go to the Super Bowl, the All-Star game, and he pops up somewhere.
So my question to you is, by you being a sports representative of players, how does it feel that time? Because I know you get access to a lot of players, but how does it feel to you when you know you only want the good for someone, and then you lose a player for other reasons or other circumstances?
That's a good question.
How does that feel for you? Because this day and age, loyalty is pretty much.
Yeah.
It's next thing up.
It used to hurt when I was younger. It used to hurt me when a player would leave to go to somebody else. But as I've been doing this now 20 years.
Right.
It's part of the business.
It's a business.
It's part of the business.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the greatest.
Is there almost an expectation for that in a sense, or
if your motivation is money, there will always be motive to leave and try to get more. It's not just with agency; it's going to a new team. It's holding out. It's expecting more. So that's going to happen. If they think the representation that they have could be better, they go. If they think they're not getting enough from you, I've never. It took a long time before I actually got fired from somebody, or somebody actually left me. But then it started happening constantly. After a while. But so it turns into the rat race, because now you got to start recruiting to make up for it. But that's only because you're trying now to make up financially for what you lost. So if you start to do it because you like to do it, because it's somebody that you would work with or be around anyway, even if they didn't pay you or you didn't get paid from them, then it doesn't bother you. And I kind of got a little cocky, because I was able to, like some guys in the hall. I mean, come on, Terrell Owens was my client. So I've got some guys that
he was doing the sit-ups in the driveway. I actually thought that was kind of cool. Did you put him up to that?
No. Okay. No. Here's a funny story. It's funny you say that. When he did that, he just fired us. So we had him all the way up until he got here to Philadelphia.
You heard those sports fans?
He got all the way to Philadelphia, and he got rid of us, and then he went to Andrew Rose's house. And that's when he started doing all the sit-ups and things like that. Still a great friend of mine, what he did. And that's my example. What I'm telling you, like you still have a relationship with him. They thought it was the best position. Maybe in hindsight, he might change his mind, but we're still great friends. Still do things together.
And that's a question I have, because I look at the league and I see these talented individuals in all leagues, and in that branding is so important, because some teams say, you know what, we just don't want to take a chance on this guy. He seems more of a headache outside of this. I mean, how do you? What is that process like, saying, hey, my client or this guy's okay to play in this league, and then what kind of conversation is that to have? I mean, how does that happen?
Well, an owner is going to say what an owner is going to say. The GM is going to say what the GM is going to say. But at the end of the day, as you can find out from some of the things like, Kaepernick, things like that, there's controversy. It's all thrown out the window if you can win. If you can play it, you got to win. Because you got, like I tell kids who are getting recruited for college, that's a man or a woman with a family, or if they don't have a family, a lifestyle that they have to maintain. So you are coming in there for a job. And if you're going to be a great player and you're going to help that person keep their job, then all that other stuff can be tolerated.
It can be tolerated.
Yeah, you can tolerate that stuff.
You can tolerate Odell Beckham making out with the net.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can tolerate all that.
Well, we got to give you the tough question, and this question is going to be a lot different, because you have a daughter that's in college playing basketball right now, my baby girl. But what do you think about players getting paid while they're in college?
What do I think about that? Well, if you talk about it from the definition, to get paid for a play, you're a pro.
Be careful.
You're a pro. You're not an amateur.
Right.
So you can pay the players, but they will no longer be considered amateurs.
And that's a different take.
To my opinion, that means they can also be cut.
That's a different take.
So if you pay a player, because this player is so good and they're a freshman, or you paid them and they came to your school, they came to a Fresno State instead of a Duke, and you paid them. If they don't put up with everything, just like any employee, shouldn't you get rid of them?
Let them earn their own money.
Right.
That's a concept.
That's a concept. That's a different switch that we have from everybody.
Most of the coaches we have on here say, you know what, I think that it's worth so much that you should give these guys some kind of compensation.
But so you got amateur and you have pro. So if the person's getting paid, they're a pro now. If you're an amateur, then your pay is your academics and your opportunity to go to college to get a degree. So it's different. Now, I have a different belief system on the residuals for using that person's image in a video game.
Maybe after the season is over, maybe after their career is over, then you say, hey, listen, this is what you earned. Maybe they can get a check then. I mean, that's another spin.
But then
on
you
it.
see back when
Rev like to say let them earn their own money, right? I think that's what Rev believes. But
well, I mean, you do. I just think that if your image is great and you're in your college football, college basketball, and you're in these video games and everybody's out there playing, and you know who number 23 is.
You know who he is.
Like Richard.
We know he ain't from Michigan. That's one thing we know.
Come on.
So when it's over, it's all said and done. I think that the players should actually be able to get some residual from that game. And Ed O'Bannon is in a lawsuit now. He just won because of that. So I think that makes sense. You're making all this money off the player's image. We know that when you play the video game and the team that's ranked and the players that's on it, and you're playing with the NCAA game and it's Kentucky versus Duke, you know who the players are.
You know who the players are.
You go to certain years, you know one is Christian Laettner. You know that. So and that's not fair because the name's on the back. So I think that's different. But as far as players in college being played, I think the expectation will also be now you're an employee.
Right.
So expectations will be a little bit higher.
That's good.
And if you don't reach it, then you probably should get fired as well.
Now I can tell you this. Now what's different between when you first started? We're gonna smooth through this a little bit. But what's different when you first started to now with all this social media as far as when branding is concerned? I mean, now some of these players can say, you know what, I can kind of do this myself a little bit more.
Exactly.
Now what is it like? Is it different? Is there a different thing that you have to do as far as?
It's twofold. So one is I really care about the guys, and I think that athletes, and to be quite frank, even black athletes, I think you should have the opportunity to be able to control your brand and do your stuff and control your destiny. I think you should.
Okay.
So when I work with my guys, in a perfect world, I want to teach them so they can go do their own thing. I wouldn't want to just control them. I talked to Kobe about that too, their whole life. I mean, it'd be right financially, but you want them to learn.
Right.
On the other hand, I don't like social media because it takes away from my job. So I've had some of my clients contacted by some different companies, or different people that want them to do appearances, which we do a lot of appearances, endorsement deals. Now, of course, the contracts, if they're detailed, you have to come to us anyway.
That's correct.
But if they're not, that person just reached back door on Instagram or social media, Twitter, and say, hey, give me a call.
It's tough. We don't know about that.
Right. So now, at first, I was really, really angry. But after a few of the guys got shafted, now they started to get to the I'm not. Kyrie Robinson, if you're watching right now.
Just come to sports fans. Just come to sports fans. We treat you right.
I know we didn't really dive into this a lot, but I read your story, and I seen what you came through. And being from a guy who grew up in the city of Detroit and grew up in the projects and all those things, and I always say there's no success without a testimony. One of the things I see that you always reference, you say I put God first in everything that I do. And I'm saying to you is, how did you, build this? How did you put this circle around you? What was the motivating factor to get this guy came from the stuff that you came from to where you sit today?
First of all, like I said, it's kind of like, it sounds cliche to some people, like you talk about God, because if you hear the whole story and everything that happened in my life, I can't possibly explain it other way except for some particular reason God chose me to go a certain way. And I think you have an opportunity to go left or right. I think everybody in this world has, opportunities. Some people go left instead of right. Sometimes it goes a little different. So I had someone a long time ago, I was blessed to care about me, to mentor to me, to talk to me and say, hey, you can go in this direction. You can do this. You have a gift. You have the gift of gab. And some other kids, they might have a gift. Maybe it might be sports. Maybe it might be math. It might be whatever. And this individual saw this, and he gave me an opportunity to work hard at being a better person the same way I worked hard at being a juvenile delinquent.
There you go.
The same anger and tension I had from my stepfather, I learned how to put that into focus and into business and different goals.
Hey, Mike, listen, man, it's been a great interview. Great talking to you, man.
Thanks, man.
Solid stuff.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with everything.
Thanks for being here.
Listen, we're over here at Game Changers. Come and see us. Every Tuesday, we're here at 6 o'clock, 6:30. Come down here, get on TV. 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. All my guys over there, Auto Team Delaware. My producer's telling me the camera's that way, so I'm coming back over here. So if I was just talking that way, don't worry about it. Listen, come down and see us. All right, sports fans! Sports fans!
all-star deals are at Chevrolet of Dover.
Every day is Black Friday during the Black Friday sales event at Chevy of Dover. Just look for the tags to find 10, 15, or 20% off your vehicle of choice.
Beat the holiday rush. Come in today.
Like new 2016 and 2017 Silverados at supplier pricing all month long. Plus, purchase any new Chevy Cruze, and we'll give you a Cruze for 2 for free. Shop the Black Friday sales event at Chevrolet of Dover on DuPont Highway and ChevroletofDover.com.
At Delaware Subaru, you'll always receive excellent customer service. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's #1 rated brand. Plus, enjoy special savings throughout October. Get a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $229 a month for 36 months. Or get a new 2017 Subaru Outback for just $249 a month on a 36-month lease. Save even more online at DelawareSubaru.com. Stop and see us at Delaware Subaru, just off Exit 7, I-95 Wilmington. Convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania. Why buy from Kia of Wilmington? Take advantage of both the highest ranked quality Kia vehicles and amazing savings in-store and online at KiaofWilmington.com. Plus, save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Optima. Or save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Forte during Kia's 2016 model year-end clearance sale. Visit KiaofWilmington.com or stop by today. Just off Exit 7 I-95 Wilmington. Convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania.
Game Changers, located on Route 40 in Newark and Elizabeth Plaza, is one of the only crab houses in the area. Now with a brand new patio for outside dining for many seafood dishes, featuring the best crab cakes in town, to shrimp, clams, oysters, crabs, you name it. Happy hours from 11 to 6 with a $5 menu. And you can get $1 colossal shrimp, $1 fried oysters, and all-you-can-eat crabs all day, every day. Plus, Bud and Corona Lake draft specials all day long. Game Changers, come down and see us.
He brought us the truth this week. I can't wait till next week. Some exciting games and everything. We got it real quick because I promised you I'd talk about that Michigan game.
Oh yes. That's going to be some fun.
Hey, listen, like I said, they still ranked in the top 5. As long as they beat Ohio State, they'll go to the championship.
Oh, who polled, Tim?
Yeah, okay. All right, well, some more NFL real quick.
Let's go blue.
We had a couple more games.
Well, before we go back, because I just want to get to our picks, man. I want to get to the last week picks. I want to go to the last week picks.
How did you do on it?
Well, okay, so last week, I lost 1 game. This week, it was a little rough go at it, all right? I lost 6 games, all right? Don't laugh, Joe, you lost 7. All right, so, last week, Joe went 7-7 on his picks. He has 23 wins and 15 losses on the year. He's a 60.5% winning percentage, okay? Tim went 8-6 last week. He's 30-18 on the season. He's 62.5% on the year. So 62.5% of the time, he's going to pick the right way to go. And Rev went 7-7. I think Rev picked Cleveland Browns to win that last game.
Browns, they sold me out. They sold me out.
He's 31-19. They're 31-19 on the year. Right now, he's at 62%. So he's at 62%. That puts him somewhere in 3rd place.
That puts him in 3rd, not somewhere.
And then I went 8-6, which was rough for solid stats. 35-15, 70% of the time I'm going to pick a winner. So
much like the Dallas Cowboys, I like to play with my food before I eat it.
Yeah, we got a long.
All right, well, let's start eating it this week because it's coming into, we're running into the backside of the season. This is the dash for the cash, guys.
Yes,
this is
sir.
where it all takes place. We're going to start off. Who we got going first there, Dorian?
Well, we can talk a little bit about Michigan while we get to those teams that's going to play this week.
Oh, now you're going to go back to Michigan.
Michigan is done. It's a wrap. It's over.
They're losing to Ohio State.
We must be down on internet connection this week. But that's all right. We'll talk a little bit more about Michigan, and we'll talk about that top 5 and where we need to be at. Now, anyway, we talked last week, and you guys said that Alabama was still going to be #1 team. Turns out Alabama still is the #1 team.
They're going to end the year with #1.
They're going to end the year with #1.
Yeah.
But I still believe that Michigan will end up in the championship once they play Ohio State. It's a weird thing, though.
Alabama will win that game.
It's a weird thing because it actually Penn State can actually go to the playoffs, leapfrog both Ohio State and Michigan because of that win
They
over
beat
Ohio State.
But I don't think the powers that be going to make
Have
that
they
happen.
played Michigan State, Michigan this year?
No, they didn't play Michigan this year, right? Did Penn State play Michigan this year?
No.
Oh, sure about that? I
They
thought
always play Michigan State, but I don't think
They didn't play.
Michigan.
They didn't play them this year. And now, Rev, speaking of that, since our connection kind of went down at the end of the show, which was great, you talked a little bit about the NBA. If we're gonna switch gears a little bit.
Let me tell you, NBA. Let me tell you, I'm ready to talk about the NBA. I think in the West, it's the LA Clippers coming out the West this year. Remember, I told you earlier this year, I thought New York was gonna come out the East.
No, you said the Knickerbockers.
Listen, I was wrong.
You said
I ain't hear from God that day.
You said the Eagles was gonna go 500.
Eagles, less than 500.
Not the Eagles. I'm sorry, the Sixers. He said the Sixers was gonna go 500.
I ain't hear from God that day. Listen, I believe the Sixers gonna win about 20, 25 games. New York is just hanging up. They don't want to play.
So you like the Clippers?
I like the Clippers.
Over the Spurs?
Over the Golden State. I like the Clippers.
Yeah, well, every time he likes somebody, they go the other way. So. Don't lay your money on the LA Clippers. Let's go, because we have to. We've got about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We got a lot of picks to run through. We got to keep up with that, so we got to start that. Who's our first one on the agenda?
Like I said before, our connection is down. Tim, why do you think we went to Why do you think we went to the NBA?
Here's how we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I pick all the winners this week.
Well, listen, I'm gonna pick one game. The Dallas Cowboys gonna win. That's a wrap. The Eagles gonna lose to Seattle.
I think Detroit's gonna win that game.
So I'm 2-0.
Joe's gonna think.
So we get a week off basically. We get a week off from our picks. We get a bye week. So we have a bye week on the picks that's coming up.
Once you get a computer was built before 1984.
Let me ask you this question: Who you going with, Dallas this week?
Yeah.
Who they play?
Baltimore Ravens.
Does it matter who we
So
play?
I'm going with Baltimore. So who does Detroit play?
Detroit play Jacksonville.
I'm going with Detroit and I'm going with the Eagles. Now, who you?
Well, the Eagles play Seattle.
I'm going with my Eagles.
There's no way. There's no way.
And so who you got between?
There's no way.
You going to jump on that Dallas bandwagon?
There's no way that.
You going to jump on that Dallas bandwagon? And he told you that Detroit went 0-15 in front of your face?
That's the Rev. I don't listen to anything the Rev say. Listen, that's haters, man. I got more haters than you, Joe.
So you going to go with Dallas this week?
Well, it's not about picking Rev's team. It's about picking the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys going to win.
Joe, just come to the light. Don't walk on the dark side.
I'm not.
Say the Dallas Cowboys gonna win.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, them two will not be sitting next to each other.
I'm not a Dallas Cowboys.
It's the Dallas Cowboys, baby.
But
he got the table. He got the table. Dallas Cowboys all the way. Yeah.
So Eagles in Seattle. Now I said Eagles will win a game like that, but they won't be Seattle.
What I want to see this week is when Tony Romo puts on that number 9 in pads and he's sitting on the sidelines and has the backup quarterback.
You want to look at his facial expressions?
Yeah, all right, that's what I've been watching his facial expressions. He ain't been a real happy camper, you know.
He's like,
I don't see him over there high-fiving.
It's hard to do that.
Dak or Romo? Because weeks ago you said Romo.
You was yelling Romo.
I said the same thing.
He said, what did he say?
I said Romo must play during the season in order to get the trade value for him. And he's still going to play. We're going to win the rest of our games, wrap our division, and for 2 games, let Romo start so we get the trade value.
No.
Yeah, we got a dynasty. We got an empire. It's the Empire Strikes Back.
I thought 2014 he was just the best player, one of the best players in the NFL. Now you want to trade him?
Yeah, we got to trade him.
He said he thinks he's going to get. Who's going to trade for Romo to get? Nobody's going to give Romo.
When you got two quarterbacks,
Cleveland go for Romo.
Nah,
what we name for teams? Jets,
Jerry
49ers.
Jerry Jones said, right now,
too many injuries.
Dak's got the hot hand. You know as well as I, as a rookie quarterback, that pressure starts getting. You start mounting toward those playoff games. Can he keep that poise that he's been having? You know, but if he can't, you've got the best quarterback coming onto the field. So
plus you got to remember injuries do happen, so you got to be prepared. Dallas Cowboys got 2 quarterbacks.
Press conference today with Tony Romo. He said when he went down, it was the worst feeling that he ever had because it's the best team that the Dallas Cowboys had since he's been there.
Those Dallas fans so wishy-washy out there in the land.
We're talking about wishy-washy. Eagles won the first 3. We're going to the Super Bowl.
That's right, but we definitely going to get that the wild card, and everything's gonna be a whole new ball.
You're gonna get a high draft choice.
Yeah. You get top 15 draft pick. That's what you're gonna get.
Yo, man.
And you'll probably trade that for Romo so you'd have a quarterback.
Right. You'll have a quarterback. You have a quarterback.
That never happened. We messed up when we got your running back.
I tell you what, though.
And you see how that didn't work
That
out.
was strange, though. Yeah. Because he was a star with the Cowboys, came to Philly, couldn't play, and with the Tennessee Titans,
He looked good.
He looked real good.
I think he's
I
healthy.
think it's the environment. Joe, don't go to Philly no more, Joe.
Yeah, well, I asked our producer.
All right, we got
about
2
that
minutes.
today. He said that was Chip Kelly's fault.
Oh, that was Chip Kelly. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
We'll blame Chip Kelly. We'll blame Chip.
Because Darren Sproles is playing lights out.
We'll blame Chip. We'll blame Chip.
But it's going to be interesting. We're coming into the big part of the season.
Who was it? The Rocky catching.
Go ahead.
We got 2 minutes. Saints and the Panthers. Who you got? Who you
Saints,
got?
Panthers.
Saints. We got 2 minutes. Let's go. Saints and the Panthers.
Saints.
Oh, big, yeah. Saints.
I'll take the Saints.
I got the Saints.
Did they play last week?
No, that's the last week's schedule. I'm just messing with y'all.
I think that's pretty good. And I still pick.
Oh no, you're right. Steelers. Who you got?
Oh, Steelers.
Steelers and the Browns.
Oh, Steelers. Come on now. Browns ain't winning.
Come on, Browns ain't winning no game. Okay, Ravens and the Cowboys. Oh, who you got? Steelers and Browns. You go
Cowboys.
Okay, Ravens.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Okay, Jaguars and Detroit.
Detroit.
Jaguars.
Detroit.
Jaguars.
Okay, Titans and the Colts.
Titans are playing good ball. I like the Titans right now.
Tennessee.
Oh, I'm taking the Colts.
Tennessee.
I'm going with the Titans, though. I like Titans. They're really doing some things right now.
Okay, we got the Bills and the Bengals.
Bengals are due for a game. Yeah, but that's a tough one. I got to go with the Bills. I go with the Bills.
F-A-L-O. Put it all together. You got a Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Bengals at that game at home.
I'm going to go with the Bengals. They choked against the Giants, but I think they'll bounce back.
Buccaneers and the Chiefs.
Buccaneers playing great
Tampa
ball.
Bay.
I'm going with Kansas City at home.
Yeah, and I like the Chiefs as well.
The Bears and the Giants.
I'm going to like the Bears. I like Cutler to have a game.
We gotta go.
Chicago.
I'm going with the Giants.
I'm going with the Giants.
Cardinals and the Vikings. We gotta go.
Vikings.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals. Vikings are done. Dolphins and the Rams. Jay Ajayi.
Dolphins.
Miami, baby. Hot Miami.
Miami can run the ball. I'm going Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Patriots and the 49ers.
Oh,
Patriots.
Come on. Take Tom Brady, you know.
Okay, Eagles and Seahawks. 10 seconds.
Seahawks.
Eagles.
I'm going with the Seahawks.
Seahawks by 30.
Packers and the Redskins.
Redskins.
Packers.
Redskins.
Green Bay, baby.
Texas and the Raiders.
Raider Nation.
Texas.
I'm going to the Raiders.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
All-star deals are at Chevrolet of Dover.
Every day is Black Friday during the Black Friday sales event at Chevy of Dover. Just look for the tags to find 10, 15, or 20% off your vehicle of choice.
Beat the holiday rush. Come in today.
Like new 2016 and 2017 Silverados at supplier pricing all month long. Plus, purchase any new Chevy Cruze and we'll give you a Cruze for 2 for free. Shop the Black Friday sales event at Chevrolet of Dover on DuPont Highway and ChevroletofDover.com.
At Delaware Subaru, you'll always receive excellent customer service. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's #1 rated brand. Plus, enjoy special savings throughout October. Get a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $229 a month for 36 months. Or get a new 2017 Subaru Outback for just $249 a month on a 36-month lease. Save even more online at DelawareSubaru.com. Stop and see us at Delaware Subaru, just off Exit 7, I-95 Wilmington. Convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania. Why buy from Kia of Wilmington? Take advantage of both the highest-ranked quality Kia vehicles and amazing savings in-store and online at KiaofWilmington.com. Plus, save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Optima. or save $3,000 on a new 2016 Kia Forte during Kia's 2016 model year-end clearance sale. Visit KiaofWilmington.com or stop by today. Just off Exit 7 I-95 Wilmington, convenient to Newark and Pennsylvania.